Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. As always, these messages are timeless and will be received in divine timing for those who need to hear them. And if they don't apply, let them fly. You can always come back for the next one. However, I do encourage you to hang out because there might be something in here for you, even if it's one word that you might need to hear or somebody in your immediate circle might need to hear. Okay, that being said, let's get to it. A lot of you might know from yesterday, and I apologize. I was a little bit, out of sorts yesterday. For many of you, if you watched yesterday's video, unfortunately, I've been under a spiritual attack from from several from a variety of sources. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. The fact is that this is what's been going on for the past couple of weeks. This is why I've been, on and off and taking some time to myself, trying to get my energy back, trying to ground myself. This is what, you need to do to protect yourself. This is what I do to protect myself anyway. Unfortunately, yesterday, okay, and this is, the reason why I'm sharing this story again is because Source wanted me to share it with, those who need some encouragement. Okay, so this is basically like a follow up of yesterday and to show you where trust and faith can move mountains in your life. Okay, now, if you've watched my video yesterday, I spoke about getting severely burnt. I was making some candles, and I had a little bit of leftover candle wax that I wanted to get rid of. So I threw it in the into the waste basket, okay, which had a bunch of papers and stuff in it, which is under my desk. And I didn't realize that the hot wax caught everything on fire. Now, mind you, this basket was made of wicker, so it's wood. It's filled with paper. I got flames shooting out all over the place, fire alarms going off all over the place. And I happen to be on the third floor where my bedroom is, and the bathroom is on the second floor. So I had to make it down a flight of stairs with this wicker basket that was completely on fire, and I burnt my hand. Okay, I burned both my hands actually. I showed some images yesterday that were kind of gross. They got worse through the night, but this is where the the story comes in for those who are actually in need of this message right now because you're struggling with your faith, okay? And Source wants you to come back. The divine realms wants you to come back. The Most High Source, the angels, your ancestors, whoever it is that you resonate with, wants you to come back and ask them for assistance. They want you to know that you're completely safe. Whatever situation you're going through right now, okay? Somebody I'm speaking to right now who has just lost a job and you're freaking out. Okay, another person is dealing with something with the home. I don't know if it's a foreclosure or if it's a an eviction from a rental. These are two very serious situations, and I'm sorry that you're going through it. Again, this is part of your process of awakening. This is what's happening. Okay, this is basically the tower moment that's happening in your life if you choose to awaken to it. If that makes any sense to you, and I'm hoping that it does. Okay, and this is where they want you to have faith in yourself again. The individuals I'm speaking to, okay, and like I said, the situation doesn't have to be specifically those two things. Those two things might be for two specific people, but if I didn't mention your situation, doesn't mean that this video isn't for you. You could have another situation that's going on that's similar that requires faith and trust, okay, in a higher power, in something that's higher than yourself, the very faith and trust that you used to have when you were young, but you somehow lost along the way, which is understandable. Okay, and this is not judgment. This is not about judgment. This is just what's coming through. I'm just the vessel, and this is just to help, those who are seeking guidance to navigate their situation and to make their own decision that works best in their lives. Okay, getting back to my story yesterday about faith and trust. Okay, I made mention yesterday of those who were attacking me that uh, doing the work that I do, I am highly protected spiritually. Okay, so even though the divine realms, the Most High Source does allow shitty things to happen in my life sometimes. Partially, some of them are lessons. Okay, where I need to learn something from it. Okay, and others it is to strengthen my faith. Okay, now I had really bad burns yesterday. My thumb was like triple the size that it was. Thank God, fortunately, today it's kind of gross. So you know what? Trigger warning. If anybody doesn't want to see something gross, just turn away for the second. But for those of you who want to see, if you look at my thumb, and if you look at yesterday's videos from today, okay, burns, as bad as they were, okay, have been healing within less than 24 hours. Okay. I had huge welts last night, but because of my strong faith and my belief, okay, and my protection, and this is what, the divine realms wants me to share with the individuals I'm speaking to today. It's because of that faith and because I know that I have that protection that I'm protected and I can heal quickly. Okay. Even though bad things can still happen to me, it happens to all of us. This is part of life. It especially happens to people who want a specific spiritual path. Okay. They get attacked by unseen forces. Okay. From, the more negative forces of the world spiritually in the 3D and the 5D and the ethers. There's a lot of crap going on, unfortunately. Okay. And there's those of us who have been dealing with this for a lifetime. This is just one of the many events that takes place in my life. This week alone, I explained to people I've been dealing with the sciatica attack, that I got burnt. Uh, I almost fell down the stairs, you know. So, I mean, this is what's been going on. The attacks have been nonstop, but I won't allow that to stop me. And so, this is what the Most High wants me to instill in someone today. They wanted me to share this message with you, okay, to give you hope and strength, to show you that even though crappy things happen, don't give up. Go back to the faith that you had as a child. You just need a small amount and trust. Trust that you are protected. In whatever situation you're going through right now, help will come, but you have to believe. I know it's right. It's hard right now to probably raise your frequency or your vibration because of the current situation you're in. This is where we have to try our hardest to do that. Okay, raise that vibration. Go within yourself. Meditate. Pray. Whatever it is that you do to connect with the spiritual realms, ask for guidance. You will see the regard. You will receive the guidance if you trust. If you trust and you have faith. I want you to remember the faith that you had when you were younger. Okay, you have this in you, and you have it again. The person who lost their job, you're not too old. Okay, even though this world can be scary and age discrimination is a real thing, you have a lot of talent. Okay, that's what they want you to know. So whoever I'm speaking to with the job loss, you have a lot of talent. You're capable of doing anything, and you know that. Okay, you just have to believe in yourself a little bit more. For the person who's dealing with the home situation, they want you to know, hang in there. Help is arriving. You just have to have, again, faith and believe that help is on the way. But you really have to believe that. Keep your vibration high, as hard as it is right now. Again, these are tests that we go through. All of us go through these things to see how we're going to react. So this is your opportunity to learn from the situation, as shitty as it might be, whatever the situation is. Another person is having car problems right now. I feel like this is the second car you've been on and nothing is going right. Again, trust, okay, that things will start to turn around. It's because the person with the car, unfortunately, you've been, and again, no judgment, but unfortunately, you've been slightly lower vibrational than usual. I don't know what's taking place with you, but it's lowering your vibration. Something is causing you to uh, act out of sorts. Okay, so that's something you might want to look into. Okay, this is what's causing your car problems, because like when we speak about this, often you might hear about this from a lot of spiritual gurus, teachers, what have you, about energy, how our energies affect things in our life. Okay, if we stay with the high positive vibration, high positive energy, we invite positive energy in. When we emit negative energy, we draw negative energy in. So it's up to us. And the hard part is finding that balance, okay? Learning how to deal with the test with gratitude and saying, you know what, universe, God, whoever, thank you for the test. I learned from it. Now I'm going to do my best to have faith and trust and know that everything is going to work out, provided that I follow the path that is being, you know, designated for me. Now, again, we don't have to follow those paths that are being designated for us by the Most High. Okay, we have a choice. We have free will. But you know, at the end, there is, and I don't like to use the word consequence because it sounds negative. It's not so much a consequence as it is, you know, just a different decision. If you choose not to follow the path that you're being guided towards, or if you choose to allow fear, anxiety, and low self esteem to keep you stagnant, you can't move forward. But if you trust that whatever your next move is going to be when you're being guided to do something, that the divine realms is behind you and you are protected, and you really need to know this 110%. When you know that you're protected, nothing can harm you. That's the whole thing. But again, because of free will, we have to ask for that protection and fight that protection in through meditation, through prayer, through whatever it is that you have to do to take time to be with yourself and, in the spiritual realms, connect. You are all one. We are all one together with that. Okay? So you can do this. Whatever your situation is, you can do this. You just got to hang in there, regain the faith that you had, you once had from the past. Try not to allow, the negativity that took place throughout your life to, cause you to make negative decisions today. Okay? Be grateful for the lessons learned and move forward. Okay? And again, you don't have to do this. These are just suggestions. I'm just a vessel. Okay? It's up to you to do with them what you want. Okay? So we're going to leave it at that. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be by here tomorrow because I have a few reviews that I have to do, but if I get done early enough, I'll be back, and hopefully I'll receive a message by then for someone out there. I just want to again thank anyone if you gave a like or if you left a comment. I really appreciate that, because it helps the algorithm and helps these messages, be received by those who might be needing them. Unfortunately, this thing runs by algorithm. I wish it didn't, but this is the way it is. So by leaving a like or a comment, believe it or not, you're actually helping the algorithm move forward. Okay, and it's appreciated by myself and the universe. All right. That being said, we'll hopefully see you again tomorrow. If not, the following day. Have a great night and see you soon. Take care.